One technique that works really well is to fully polish the ring, plain, then texture it, and that way when you put the texture on you don't have to do any repolishing or anything, it's done. But this is what we're making. It's very comfortable to wear because the half round is on the inside, and it's easy to pattern because it's flat on the outside. So this starts just like any other ring. Measure the inside diameter of your ring sizer that fits you. Add the height of the wire, and in this case it's 1.7. Multiply by 3.14. Cut it slightly long. File the ends perfectly flat. Anneal it if it needs to be. Bend it as perfect as you can get it so that the ends match perfectly. The only difference is the round part's going to be on the inside and the flat part's going to be on the outside. So half round wire, 3.5 by 1.7. This started out as 3mm round wire, and I rolled it through my half round rollers to get this profile. You can buy whatever profile you want. The only thing that's critical is the height, the thickness. Yeah? After you file the ends flat, check the length, make sure it's right. Now on this one, because we're going to be texturing it, make it one size smaller. Make it 1mm shorter than your measured length. Take your time after you bend it. Make sure that you get it as close as possible. It'll save you cleanup. Then we'll hold this in the third hand, flex it, and we're going to put our solder on the outside. So 2 small pieces of hard solder. So after you solder it, pickle, rinse it, have a look at your solder, because if you did it correctly, there should be the smallest amount of cleanup to do. But round it up first and then sand it back. I always go on about it's easier to work on the top of a curve. So just the rawhide hammer on your ring mandrel. I usually push it down as far as I can by hand and then use the hammer. If you're using a mandrel with the sizes marked on it, be careful that you don't hammer the size into the inside of your ring. So just turn it so that you're hammering on the smooth side of the mandrel. Usually it's not a problem. So when we have it nice and round, do your sanding. Hallmark it now. So you can see how quickly that cleaned up. So hallmark it now because you need to take that bump off with your sandpaper. Okay, the ring's all tidied up and ready for us to texture. Now look at your size. It should be one size smaller. And as you're texturing this, keep your eye on it, because if you get it too big, you're going to have to cut it and re-solder it. So I'm just going to do a little bit of cross-hatching with my French jeweler's hammer. simple little pattern. And then I'm going to leave a gap and do it again. And just keep working your way around. You could use your jeweler's saw and files if you want to put a pattern in. Now, in between the cross hatching, I'm going to use the Fretz silk hammer. It's just so I end up with a little pattern all the way around. Now it's ready to polish. Simple little ring. One technique that works really well is to fully polish the ring, plain, then texture it, and that way when you put the texture on you don't have to do any repolishing or anything, it's done. But this is what we're making. It's very comfortable to wear because the half round is on the inside, and it's easy to pattern because it's flat on the outside.